You know what? I cannot imagine ruining your entire marriage over Genshin Impact. But let's see what Critical has to say. This came out over a week ago, and I forgot to really cover anything about this. But let's see what Critical has to say.
Let me paint you a scenario here. This is kind of like a gamer's version of Rorschach's.
Uh huh.
You have $600 lying around that you're saving for a rainy day. You live
Yeah.
paycheck to paycheck, and it's emergency
Mm-hmm.
money for you and your fiance.
Yep.
But Genshin Impact has some new gotcha
Technically, for me, it's not. What is it? Technically, it's less money on the savings, but yeah, I know exactly what he means by
coming
this.
out. What do? Do you let that money sit there idly, just waiting to be spent? Or do you take the initiative like a true level 100 raid boss,
Giga
spend
chat.
that $600 that you and your fiance have been saving on that Genshin Impact drop?
Ooh. I
There's only
mean,
one right answer.
it depends, right? I mean, maybe it's really worth it. It could be worth it.
And unfortunately, that correct answer of spending the $600 of emergency funds on Genshin is getting this marriage in hot water. It's actively falling apart. Now, gamers are some of the most misunderstood creatures in the universe, but we're also the most advanced species. So I don't blame people for not always fully comprehending our methods. We can
Right.
level up, we can emote, we can even make you come through the computer screen. Watch this. Sorry. But some
Yep, I just came. But you know what? He's right. He's right. I mean, what's even interesting is that what he just said. I'm like, yes, there's a service from a particular site. I can't say what it is, but there is a particular site where you could pay money for certain tools and toys to activate. What is it? Where the person, yeah.
sometimes shit just goes cattywampus. And
Mm-hmm.
this is one of those stories. So, this guy's fiance, his IRL life duos partner,
Mm-hmm.
found out that he spent $600 on Genshin, and it's not looking good.
Ooh.
So his fiance finds
Yee.
out and tries to get a hold of him. We tune in the middle of this where he's saying, "Stop calling me." She insists that they need to talk right now, but he says, "You're not being fair at all. I explained my boundaries to you, but you're not respecting them. This is exactly what Redacted says is abusive about you." So she says in caps lock,
Okay.
"You spent $600 on our credit card on a fucking game. I explained it already to
Ooh.
you. 600 for two virtual characters you don't need without asking when we are paycheck to paycheck. That card was for emergencies with the Civic." And then he just drops a screenshot of one of the Genshin Impact
Oh,
characters
with the Civic. So that. I assume that's their car, brother. Whoo.
that he bought. An interesting strategy. He tries to turn this around on her and begins calling her abusive here in a little bit, but he starts by saying, "I told you my boundaries and you're not respecting them." What the fuck? I told you I was going to spend all of our money on Genshin Impact. You can't be getting mad at me. You're not respecting the groundwork I've laid out here. I told you I was going to do this. What's the issue here? This is very unreasonable. You
He's making it look like she's the one that's crazy and overreacting. I'm like, no, my guy, you spend $600 on what is it in Genshin Impact on what is on the game, especially right now that's being well known for having this predatory practices that it really gets people addicted to gambling, which I understand. If you do it as an adult, sure, go ahead, do whatever the fuck you want, spend all the money. But brother, you are someone that's living paycheck to paycheck. How long did it take you guys to accumulate that much amount of money into the savings, especially when that money was going to be used, what is it, on a Civic, on a car, on a, what is it, some may say, it's a Civic. I'm like, brother, that is literally, what is it, the what do they call it, the cream of the la croix or whatever. That is the most delicious car that is known to human, next to a Tacoma, next to an RX, next to a fucking, what is it, some other ones. you know it's one of them. It's like, it's crazy to me that this person is like, oh yes, Genshin Impact, higher priority, bro. I don't even make that much money, and I know what is the much more better priority.
You told me you wanted her too, but you aren't happy for me, LMFAO.
Oh my god.
I like how he puts like the picture of the Genshin Impact character that he bought as like a look at this. How can you be mad when I bought this for us? I did this for us. You said you wanted it too. How can you possibly be mad? So what? I spent all of our emergency money. Look at what we got for it in Genshin Impact. You
Yeah,
should be
dumb
thanking me.
bitch.
I just love how he's saying that she should be happy for him. Like, oh my god, honey, I'm so proud you bought this Genshin character with all of our remaining emergency money. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
I've
god.
never loved you so much. And he goes on to say, actually, I am done. I am a 29-year-old man. I am allowed to make purchases without needing your permission. That is an abusive dynamic. Explain that, or blank, explain that very well to me. We're gonna.
I'm a 29-year-old man. You can't tell me what to do. I don't need no woman. that is that is literally of that is literally of what is I don't need no man type of speech that I hear feminists say. I'm like, my god, dude, this guy sounds like a damn loser.
Jack out of the matrix here for a moment here to digest that statement. I like how he puts his foot down. I'm a 29-year-old man. If I want to waste $600 on Genshin Impact characters with money that we have been saving for emergencies while living paycheck to paycheck, then damn it, as a man, I'm gonna do it. And he like rips his shirt like Hulk Hogan
Hmm.
style. In his mind, I bet this went so hard. He's like, I'm putting on the big boy britches this time. No, no, no.
Yeah.
I'm a man. I'm a man.
The voice cracking. I'm a man. I'm a man. Brother, that's exactly what happened in this man's head. That's exactly what happened. Oh my god. And not realizing that the funny part is that this man kept saying, it's the highlight is that our money. So it means that it's both of there. So it doesn't exactly mean that you have the authority or the outright just to say, hey, I'm gonna spend this money. I'm sorry, my guy. That's not how that works.
I can buy Genshin Impact characters all day till the cows come home if I want to. I don't need your permission. I am a hunter-gatherer. I gather Genshin Impact characters. Yeah, where's my juice box? And then he has the chutzpah to say that this is an abusive dynamic from her for getting upset at him for spending all of their emergency money on
Yeah.
Genshin Impact characters. This is like a pretty classic thing where they try and like spout therapy words at the other person to like belittle them or make it feel like it's their fault. So he's going for some big bold strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I said I want Farina. I didn't say we should spend hundreds to get constellations. You are a fucking addict. You already spent all our Christmas money on it. You're snooping into your fiance's purchases. You should take a look at yourself. She flips the
Oh
bird
my
at him and says,
god.
this is a shared card that I set up for emergencies and you went behind my back. Why
Yeah.
don't you tell Redacted about your gambling addiction to video game characters? He just
I
says,
assume
A.
you're the
That's like a
mom. Yeah.
classic anime, like, ah! Actually, Redacted told me all about your coercion, and I believe you are a narcissist personality. That is why you are continuing to try and control me and
Oh my
control my
god.
financial decision making. You know this is my values, and I have had Farina as my wallpaper forever. I refuse to be verbally abused for being myself. I'm battling anxiety, and you do not care at all. There's a lot that
What does you have to be battling anxiety have to do with this fucking anime character? What are you talking about? Bro, sometimes I have my own social issues as well sometimes, but doesn't mean I go out of my way to spend hundreds of dollars on these on these fictional characters because I'm not stupid. That's why.
that just went on here. So he tries to make her feel bad for looking into the finances, saying you should look at yourself, which is a crazy thing to say when it's a shared
Mhm.
credit card that she set up and you went behind her back to use that money for yourself. Like, it's not like she was snooping. She set it up and it is your joint credit card with her, so of course she's going to see it. We then get into some real pathetic stuff where he calls her a narcissist that's trying to control him and control his financial decision making. Brother, this isn't financial decision making. This is Neanderthal caveman gooner brain. This guy's
Yeah,
saying that he's
it
having
is.
Farina as his wallpaper forever, so he had to indulge in this obsession. Brother, it makes you sound like fucking Gollum with your Precious, where he's like touching his phone, like petting Farina's wallpaper. No, you don't get it. I've had this for my wallpaper forever. I had to waste our money on
Oh
it.
my
How can you be
god,
so
dude.
heartless? You know I'm battling anxiety.
This is oh my yeah, this is someone who quickly has an obsession over a character that what is it that is willing to spend all their money on it. I'm like, bro, she better be she better be a badass character. She better be a god tier character. If but for $600, no thanks.
And wasting all of our money on Farina, that helps. Farina's the only thing that can cure my anxiety. Do you want me to suffer? Is that what you want? I'm
Yeah,
a 29-year-old masculine beast. I
yeah,
have to spread my
yeah,
wings sometime and
yeah.
waste all of our
You dumb
money on
bitch.
Genshin Gacha. You know this. I set those boundaries, you narcissist. He just has the gall to call her verbally abusive and controlling and a narcissist. Meanwhile, this unhinged goober just wasted
Mm-hmm.
$600 of their emergency funds for virtual Genshin characters. It's unbelievably
No, what is it? No, he spent 600. No, he spent $600 of emergency funds for the Civic. I'm pretty sure they're talking about a car that probably needs repairs relatively soon. And knowing that this goober probably either knows that it didn't really or didn't think about it, but spend that money either way. Man's an idiot.
pitiful. And he tries to blame her for not respecting his battle with anxiety. Hey, buddy, you know what's going to make that anxiety much worse? Having $0. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's going to make it a lot worse. Farina's not going to come to your rescue. She's not real. Sorry to hit you with the cold water. All you're doing is digging yourself into a deeper hole, and now you're losing your fiance over it as well because you couldn't resist the urge to
Idiot.
waste your money with her.
I don't know if this man ever really experienced. You know what? You know what that anxiety feeling is. You know what that is. That's having no money in the bank, my guy. That's what that is. That's what that anxiety is. How many of you guys have experienced anxiety when you're like, oh shit, you're low on funds, payments are coming up, you start panicking a little, don't you? Because I have, you know, I'd be like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to do some side shit or some other one. But thank God, what is it? What is it? God always provides and shit. So luckily enough, I've been able, manage shit. But my God, that's what that man's feeling. It's either that or maybe that anxiety he has is not getting the waifus that he wants or something. I don't know. Clearly, this man's a social idiot.
On this game behind her back. Everything pops off here in Act 4 of this. He spirals out of control. I don't want to get married to you. I'm not talking on the phone. So now he's the one calling the marriage off. If you can't
Oh,
respect me
there it
wasting all
is.
of our money on Farina and Genshin Impact characters, then we're just not meant to be. You narcissist. You thought you could control me? You can't control me. I'm like Michael Jordan in his prime. You can't control me. You can only hope to contain me, but you can't do that either because I'm hard addicted to Genshin Gacha. And I will waste all of the money that I ever see in my life on it. I emailed screenshots for my appointment tomorrow. Thank you. I emailed screenshots for my appointment tomorrow. Thank you for giving me a horrible anxiety attack and ruining my night. And no, I didn't do a fucking thing with Farina yet because of your calls. That's heartbreaking.
Oh
I
my
spent all of this money
God.
on Farina, and you yapping and blabbering about how bad and big of a deal it is has prevented me from spending time with Farina. You proud of yourself now? I didn't even get to use Farina yet. As he's like shedding tears, profusely crying in his bed.
I didn't get to use Farida. You horrible slut. I didn't get to use my waifu. Like, my God, brother. I
Bathtub. She then makes a threat that sends him off the rails. This was threatening the nuclear option. She said, I'll call Capital One and dispute the charge. Your account will be banned.
mm-hmm.
I have no doubt when he read that, his heart sank.
Yep.
The pit
It
in his stomach
100% did.
expanding to a black hole in his soul. All the color and
There you go. You know what, my guy? That heart sinking feeling, that's exactly what she felt when she looked at the credit card and it read $600 spent. It probably saw 6 charges of $100, probably $100 worth of gems or whatever. And I'm pretty sure because of that, she knew, oh my God, this fucking retard spent this much amount of money. I gotta know. And guess what? That confirmed it, probably sank her heart even more. Guess what, my guy? By her saying this, you definitely got that, what is it, that sunken feeling on your chest. That's exactly what she felt when he spent that $600. Guess what, idiot? You played yourself.
And his world turned to gray as he was faced with the possibility of losing Farina.
Fuck.
He said, "Try it. You'll lose me forever. Why? I'm going to Scottsdale for the night. Stop calling me for 12 hours and we can talk then. Good night."
Scottsdale. He went to his mommy's house.
My mom, please. So during this, his mom, I guess, was trying to get involved. Like, how can you do this to my son?
Oh my God, imagine.
The fiance here. His family started calling her abusive for this, which is crazy that even his family doesn't understand how bad it is to waste the emergency money on fucking Genshin Impact characters. So his mom, I guess,
and also like how limited they are of money too, brother. That makes it even worse.
was trying to call to give her a piece of her mind, an earful on this. Like, how unreasonable can you be to my son, you abusive narcissist? And then he tries to do the old Jekyll and Hyde routine. So he comes back and says, "I apologize for my reaction. As I said, my anxiety is bad today, and I have to do better. I love you. You don't need to dispute the charges. I'll get you the money soon. Redacted can spot me 600 tonight, so you can text him your Venmo. Anxiety really bad. Redacted, please." That damn anxiety using him like a goddamn fleshlight here. He treats anxiety like...
You know, the one thing that sucks about that is that people are like, I'll send you more money while you spent the money. They're like, I'll send you more of it. I'm like, brother, that just means more money that's gonna be coming out of my pocket because of taxes. Are you kidding me? I would have been like, thanks. Actually, I have no idea. I don't.
He's trapped in a fucking genjutsu. I love how everything about him changed once she threatened to dispute the charge and he might lose Farina. No, don't do that. Please, don't do anything
That and his other
drastic.
wifus.
We can still come back from this. Look, don't. Without Farina, I have nothing. I have nothing.
Oh
So
my
now he's getting
God,
his mom
dude.
on the horn, like, "Mom, we have to save Farina." He's treating it like a hostage
Oh my
negotiation. now.
Lord.
He's like,
Can
"I'm
you
sorry,
imagine,
I'm so
dude?
sorry. Look, don't dispute the charges. Don't dispute the charges. I'll get the $600 another way. Anything but that. Please, God, no, don't do it. My anxiety is really bad."
It's exactly the way how he reacted.
Anxiety is what caused all of this. Look, we don't need to do anything like this. It doesn't have to be this extreme. Anyway, though, that's the whole text journey. But the poster did give a bit of an update. The marriage is off.
Yeah, I would
blocked
highly
her,
believe so.
But is still actively playing Genshin Impact on Discord. So he's at his mom's house doing that. She did get $600 sent to her, so she was able to get that back and lock the account, which is good. And also, it's good that they...
You know what? Since this guy's a massive loser, he might as well stream on Twitch, just like the rest of us, right? Screw it. Be on Twitch, my guy. Maybe then you'll get somewhere.
Got this out of the way before they were fully married, because this would have been a disaster if this had happened during the marriage. That would have made it a lot messier. So pretty rough situation overall.
Sacrificing.
But at least it came before it was fully kaput in the books as a marriage. So she got to get out of it before things got too hairy. Anyway,
sacrificing an entire relationship over a goddamn anime character. This man sacrificed his future marriage over a goddamn waifu, over a game that doesn't give a shit the amount of money that you spend. As long as you spend that money, they do not care. You could lose your account tomorrow and they're gonna be like, sorry, can't do nothing about it. Brother, you know what? Fuck this guy. Anyway, all you guys have a good one. Checkout Penguin Zero, aka Charlie. He's amazing as always. And leave a like, subscribe, check out my my Twitch as well, because we're all fucking losers on Twitch. But anyway, all you guys have a good one. Peace. My God, dude. I remember when I heard this story earlier. I think it was last week. I was so infuriated. I was like, brother, how can this guy think this is a good idea? He wasn't thinking. He was thinking with his dick.